So, a couple days ago, Germany revealed their final 23-man squad for the World Cup this summer, and their team is pretty much stacked. They're looking to back-to-back win the World Cup and retain their title of World Champions from 2014. But one of the main players that they did not include that everyone was shocked about was Leroy Sané. 49 games, 14 goals, 15 assists. He won the Premier League, he won the League Cup in the Premier League, and he won the PFA Young Player of the Year. And Germany, Joachim Löw, did not take him in the squad. Some say it was because he wasn't performing well for the German national team. Others say he didn't really fit the system in the end. But overall, we all know how quality of a player Leroy Sané is, and we all know how much Germany have a stacked team full of depth. They could have taken 3 teams to the World Cup, this German side. But we are looking at the players that did not make it on the plane to Russia and are not competing in the World Cup for Germany this summer. We have up front, it's Stindl from Borussia Mönchengladbach, 82 rated centre forward. He is pretty decent. And we have the man himself, the former wonder kid, Mario Götze, the one that scored the winning goal in the World Cup of 2014 to get Germany their 4th World Cup. And that man is not on the plane this summer. 4 years can mean a lot of difference in football. And it's Karim Bellarabi on the right wing as well, not making it from Bayer Leverkusen. Surplus to requirements for Germany, as well as the man himself, Leroy Sané, the 22-year-old. Of course, he's looking, it's not going to be his first and last World Cup. He's looking, of course, to the 2020 Euros and 2022 World Cup as well. So he should have a few more World Cups left in him, the 22-year-old. And we move on to the 2 central midfielders, as Leroy Sané, probably one of the biggest players that isn't included in the German national team. As we move on to the central defensive midfielders, it's Julian Weigl from Borussia Dortmund, 80 rated, decent player, didn't really impress this season in the Bundesliga and the Champions League, so he's not getting into that team. Emre Can made it all the way to the Champions League final. However, not really making, he did score a few goals in the Premier League this season, but the Champions League, he didn't play the game, and he looks like he's going out the door at Liverpool, as Liverpool just announced that him and Joe Flanagan are out of the team due to their contracts being expired. But we move on to Hendricks, the second Bayer Leverkusen player, not making it, as well as Jonathan Tah, the wonder kid in Karima, centre back, 81 rated, 22 years old, a very, very decent player there, and he's probably going to make future German World Cup squads. Obviously not this one, not talented enough, not experienced enough. As we move on to Mustafi from Arsenal, obviously not really having that great of a season at Arsenal, made a lot of mistakes at centre back, so Germany have way more quality centre backs to bring to the World Cup, so he is obviously not on the plane. And our captain for this team is Benedikt Höwedes from Schalke, formerly of Juventus. Now he's moved back to Schalke. And we have Bernd Leno in goalkeeper. Surprising he didn't make it, and Trapp from PSG made it, but it's Leno missing out, the man that had a really good season for Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. We move on to the bench. Ter Stegen is on the way to the World Cup, but there was another goalkeeper that wasn't going, so I had to put him in there. We have the left back there, 75 rated, Gernhardt. We have Volland, Demirbay, Gnabry, a really good season for Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga, Younes and Peterson. Wow, what a team we have there. The bench is a little weak besides Gnabry, Demirbay and Volland, but the reserves are obviously all the players that are going to the World Cup for Germany. As you can see, there's so many decent players going to be left on the reserves for this reject Germany team, and it's probably one of the best reject teams that I've done, probably equaling France. As we move on to our first game in the FIFA 18 World Cup mode against Mexico. It's a tough group, but we're looking to make it out. Mexico probably our biggest challenges in this group, as we see Mustafi getting a yellow card there. Sane getting a goal after Carlos Vela missed a penalty, and Sane gets his first goal of this World Cup. How many he's going to get in this simulation, as he doubles his goals and Germany's lead with a 51st minute penalty against the Mexicans. Ochoa, of course, having that brilliant 2014 World Cup, especially against Brazil in that 0-0 draw. But of course, that is it. 2-0 to the reject Germany squad. As we move up to first in the table, let's see how Sweden and Korea did. And Sweden get a 3-2 victory there. So it's us and Sweden in first and second, as we verse second opposition here. Sweden without Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Let's see how the missing Germans from the World Cup. We'll do it in here. Moving on to our second game of the tournament. The Swedes looking to cause an upset as we go in with, of course, our strongest team as Benedikt Halverdes gets a goal in the 15th minute. The captain leading from the back at left back as Johansson gets a yellow card 3 minutes after he gets us into a 1-0 lead for halftime. As Demirbay comes on for Weigl, we get a crucial goal there. It's 2-0 up in the 47th minute. Guidetti gets a red card in the 66th, and we're looking to head out the group stage with these 2-0 wins against Sweden and Mexico. We're looking to top the group here as we get 6 points out of 6. Let's see how Korea and Mexico did. They get a draw, so we are poised to get that first position. We're versing Korea Republic, fighting for their lives in this group as we put out, of course, our strongest team in this one. Let's see how the boys do against the South Koreans with a few decent players as Lee Jae-sung gets a 20th minute goal and open up for the Koreans, a 1-0 lead for them. Can we get a goal in? Can we get an equalizer before halftime as they make a little substitution? Stindl gets his first goal of the tournament in the 49th, getting us an equalizer. How will we do in the last few minutes? Can we get a goal to put us 9 points out of 9? It's Seung-Hwan Min getting a goal there. The Tottenham man getting Korea that crucial win that sees them get out of the group stage, depending on how Mexico did, and they end up reaching the round of 16 on goal difference, and we still end up finished top despite that loss. We are up against Serbia, and it's Poland taking on Tunisia. We'll versus the winner of that game. Argentina beat Denmark on penalties there, and it's Portugal taking on Argentina. Leo Messi versus Ronaldo. Brazil are taking on Belgium, and Russia have made their way all the way to the quarterfinals against France, as Brazil beat Korea in that one, and Belgium beat Japan. France defeated Croatia, and Russia with an upset there, the hosts taking out Spain, World Cup champions of 2010 on penalties. So very interesting knockout stage forming in front of us as we simulate this match against the Serbians. My dark horse for this 2018 World Cup. Got a lot of decent players in this one. Milinkovic-Savic is on the bench, one of their best players this season for Lazio at least, but he's on the bench. Better news for us as some of their quality is left on the bench. We go into the first 45 here with Ivanovic and Tar getting some yellow cards as Volin comes on for Stindl. Nothing much really happening in this game as Serbia look to cause an upset here. Milenkovic getting a yellow card. Will this go into extra time, or Sane will get an 83rd minute goal? His third goal of the World Cup and his first goal of the knockout rounds. The man left out of the squad, one of Germany's best young players this season for Man City, getting us a crucial 1-0 win against the Serbians, and we move on to the quarterfinals against Poland. How will the reject squad do as France advanced as we take on the old enemy Poland? Let's see how we do. A lot of history between these two sides, a lot of history with war, with World War I, World War II. And wow, what a game we have in our hands here. A bit of a grudge match going on as Lewandowski, a Bundesliga man, as Grosicki gets a 19th minute goal. Our first goal conceded in the tournament, and Bellarabi gets his first goal of the tournament as well. So it's tied up at 1-1 at half time. Let's see how the second half unfolds as Lewandowski is coming up against some Bundesliga opposition, some of his teammates. Lewandowski, talking about him, gets a goal in the 70th minute. It's the last 10 minutes. Can the reject Germany side get a goal? And it's Younes getting injured in the 87th. And the whistle is blown. 2-1 to the Polish as they move on to the semi-finals of the World Cup, and the reject Germany side come crashing out of the tournament in the quarterfinals. Leroy Sané couldn't carry them to the final. And wow, I thought we had a really good team in that one. Thought we could at least make the semi-finals minimum, but we come crashing out to Poland, one of the bitter rivals of Germany, as Argentina and Leo Messi win against Ronaldo's Portugal to make it to the semi-finals versus Poland. But wow, we come crashing down to Poland, one of our old enemies, one of Germany's old enemies. But what an effort put up from the boys that were missing out on the Germany team in real life. Really good team, a really decent squad. Probably one of the best reject squads I've done in this FIFA 18 World Cup mode. But if you guys enjoyed the reject Germany squad competing in the FIFA 18 World Cup, make sure to give the video a like, smack the like button, If you want more videos, subscribe and turn on post notifications for more FIFA 18, World Cup and FIFA 19 content coming to the channel on a regular basis. Comment down below with what ideas I should do and what nations I should make a Reject World Cup squad out of. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description, and I'll catch you guys on the very next video.